Michael Todd versus Ermes Gasparini.
Both guys will be in phenomenal shape, and both understand the importance of this match. After this match, the winner will face Levan, and both will be at a very special level, meaning both will be incredibly powerful. But what I need to say about the style is that styles make the match. I believe that Ermes will be faster at the start, he'll have better hand control, and will try to open the angle and get Michael's hand to his side. Without losing wrist control, he'll climb on the fingers, climb, and if needed, he has a very good flop press option. Even without that, he can go with his shoulder and move to the triceps comfortably without putting extra pressure on his fingers. With Michael, this can be a problem if you lose even a little bit of your angle and you make the pressure on your fingers. This could cause you to lose your position, which is crucial to pressure. But if you control everything, it's a matter of time. Just pull, and you're not really exhausted, because even if your opponent's angle is open, his biceps will be pumping more and more and he'll start to bleed. Because of that, you have better options and more chances. Ermes has even more chances with hand control. Even if he needs to finish with a flop press, he's good at that as well. But Michael understands all of this. So for Michael, he needs to go as far outside as possible. He needs to make it impossible for Ermes to attack comfortably. If he lets Ermes start, Ermes will take wrist and hand control and will be able to finish with a triceps press or even a flop press. Michael has a lot of experience against everything. In the past, some guys were able to control his hand with supination and make it impossible for him to use his king move, which was his main weapon. But if someone tries to top roll him or side pressure, Michael is very good at dealing with that. Still, I think Ermes has more chances to win.
Devin Larratt versus Gennady Kvikvinia.
Devin is a guy who understands arm wrestling, and he knows where he needs to be strong. He knows how to get under his opponent's skin. He will make this match very personal for Gennady. He'll be very aggressive, using trash talk for sure, and bring the will, heart, and spirit of winning to Georgia. With Gennady, I think it will motivate him even more. It will fire him up, because angry Gennady will be more dangerous than calm Gennady. Angry Gennady will fight until the end. He won't give up. He'll do everything possible, even if his body can't take it anymore. Gennady is very durable. Gennady is a guy who knows how to find the weak points, and he also knows that Devin has few weaknesses. Gennady knows where not to go and what the best approach is when fighting Devin. Devin will be extra motivated and bring his best shape. In my opinion, it's almost impossible to beat Devin by trying to take control of his hand. Gennady might try it with a flop press, and it could work if he finds the right line. The setup is going to be a real war, even before they start. Devin will take the better position, and Gennady will do everything he can to prevent that opportunity. It's going to be a nightmare for the referees. And after the ready go, even if you pin Devin once, the second time you need to pin him, it will be different and even harder. Devin gets stronger with every round. It's not just about his endurance, but about his ability to find your weaknesses. He will find a way to put mental pressure on Gennady before it even starts. He will try to make Gennady so aggressive that he won't focus on the setup and will just go for it. And if you give Devin too much control, it's very hard to do anything with him. It's not just about pure power. It won't work with him. Gennady, in Georgia, losing in front of your people is not what you want. You'd rather die than lose. Gennady has a very big heart. He's a real warrior, and he doesn't want to lose in front of his people. He'll be ready to get injured, but not to lose. It's never really easy against Devin. You need to be without any limits. If you have your version, for example, you're a very good athlete. With Devin, you need to become even better. It's not enough to be stronger. It's not enough to be faster. Even if you have better hand control or technique, it's not enough. And that's why it won't be easy. And that's why I put Devin as the favorite.
Vitaly Laletin versus Artyom Morozov.
I think this match could be really interesting if Artyom comes with a different approach than his right arm. If he prepares well and not just focusing on the wrist, but also considering things like the flop press or side press, then the match could go in a different direction compared to their last encounter. I believe that if Artyom follows a new plan and adapts his style, it could lead to a totally different outcome. Artyom is a very talented guy, and he's got a great coach who really understands arm wrestling. With more time to prepare, Artyom is going to be in his best shape. I think he will be ready for this match, and that's why I'm excited to see it. If the preparation is similar to their previous match, the result might be the same, but I really hope it's more than that. I want to see something new, a good fight with new strategies. Honestly, I really don't want to make a prediction. I like both of these guys so much. They're both top-tier athletes. But I have to give credit to Artyom because he won those 8 matches before. There's no doubt about his level. Even when he wasn't in the best shape, he still went out there. If something was hurting him, like his elbow, he still showed up. He never backed out, no matter what. Now about Vitaly. I know his power really well. I've trained with him before and seen what he's capable of. He's always been in the top 3, and that's impressive. He gained some weight recently, which used to be hard for him, but now he's handling it well. He's still explosive, though. If Artyom wants to beat Vitaly, he'll have to match his strength or change his style. For example, if Vitaly's stronger on the wrist, Artyom will need to focus on something else, maybe a different style to beat him. And I think Artyom knows this. I'm sure Artyom's team has a plan for everything, including a backup plan in case plan A doesn't work.
Alex Kurdecha versus David Dodikyan.
David Main's weapon, I believe, is not only strength, but his speed, because he is very explosive after ready-go, and he is actually very good on setup. He's proven himself against some high-level competitors, including super heavyweights. I've seen his matches with guys like Morozov and Silev, and even his practice pulling with Dennis, which also showcased his level. I know my explosiveness has never been bad. I think if I'm not sleeping, and I definitely won't be sleeping at the start, it shouldn't go to my side. My shape is pretty good now. I put some personal records in some exercises. Now I also want to be not only powerful, but also very fast, because I believe it will be very important in the day of the match. I've been focusing a lot on the start and on the setups to ensure I don't end up in a bad position. I'm not worried about going into a hook with him. The real danger is if he's so much faster than me that he gets into his best position right from the start. I believe the match will likely end up in the straps after the setup. That's where the real fight will happen. I'm confident in my preparation and ready to face whatever comes in the match. We'll see how it plays out.
Frank Lamparelli versus Serhiy Kalinichenko.
Sergey is now competing in a lighter category. He was heavier before, but if he maintains the same power, I saw his match with Svetkov, and his shape looked pretty good. From what I see on social media, he's sharp, faster, and more enduring. My only concern is his wrist, but I know he'll train hard for it, as Frank's wrist is very special. Sergey is patient and disciplined in his training. I support Sergey, but it's a 50-50 match because I'm unsure of his current level. Has it changed since the Svetkov match? If not, I'd favor Sergey, but if it has, I'm not sure where his level stands, especially with the weight change.
Brad Grundy versus Bacho Seganeshvili.
I think Bacho is going to win because I know his level. He was part of our fight factory. I believe his previous match was probably tough because his opponent was more experienced. It was Reno, you know. Now with Bacho in Georgia, I believe he will be in very, very good shape.
Vasily Dautashvili versus Stoyan Golomanov.
For me, I think it will be a close match because Stoyan is also a very special guy who knows how to pull. But I put Vasily as a slight favorite because he has a special motivation now. It's his home country. He will give more than ever, and this will be motivating, in my opinion.
Irakli Zirakashvili versus Todd Hutchings.
On the paper, Hutchings is the favorite because of the previous score and the result of the match. When I saw the match with Kurdecha, I could see his talent and high arm wrestling IQ. He tried all possible ways to find Todd's weaknesses. For Irakli, as a top roller, it can be just an uncomfortable match. His usual weapon might not be effective, and the only thing that might work in his favor is that he's from Georgia. Irakli doesn't need to go anywhere. He will be 100% concentrated. I think Irakli now wants to get his revenge, but I still think Todd wins.
Oleg Petrenko versus Betkilioniani.
I see Petrenko as the favorite, and not just because I like him, but because I really see his power. I know the results of the sparring with Oleg, and I know the level of his preparation now. If he doesn't make any mistakes in the setup or during the fight, it will be his line. He's really, really strong. Honestly, he's really strong. I believe not many people know the true level of Petrenko's power.
Daniel Prokopchuk versus Oleg Zhok.
The previous match was maybe unexpected for Oleg because Betkili is a fantastic guy, and we all know he's a higher category athlete. If I analyze Betkili's match versus Artem, his wrist was unbelievable. After the match, we all knew Betkili is special. When Betkili pulled against Oleg, he showed that he could find every possible position to stop his opponent, and he did. I think Betkili's level of power is higher than Daniel's. I think it could be an interesting match, but if I compare based on statistics, I think Oleg is going to win.
Fia Rysek versus Malin Bergström.
Both girls are fantastic, really fantastic. I know the styles pretty well, and I would say the win will be friendship. But my support goes to Malin. Just a little more. I support both, but slightly more for Malin.